like to fancy yourself a free thinker, but you always spew the opinion of someone that is more confident. It must be very hard to actually think for yourself, and do use an argument that you actually came up for yourself, huh? You like to welcome our opinions about this sense of questioning, but you always shut down someone who disagrees with what you say. Free will can truly just be a bitch, ain't it? When people decide to ignore what you tell them to do with their own free will, huh? You think you're arguing with me, but you're just arguing with the perception of me. All of these preconceived ideas that you have of me, just because you decided to scroll to my timeline to look for dirt before arguing with who you think that is me. You like to think that you had this argument won, but you are just wasting your time. When you get to your deathbed, are you going to wish you won more arguments against strangers on the internet? You like to think that arguments are won by who has more views and likes. All you're doing is controlling the perception of who's winning, but I guess the truth never matters, does it? You like to think you're just very civilized, and that's the picture you like to bend to the outside. But on the inside, we know you can handle losing, what with you resorting to death threats over the internet when they disagree. You like to ask anyone to provide a source to what they say, but yet you don't come up with your shit with what you like to say. You like to keep up a facade of this great debater who never loses an argument, but yet you resort to blocking and deflecting when people see that you are losing. You like to ask your debating buddies to come and save you for those arguments that you are losing. All they do is lick your ass so that they get your gratitude. Get put an end to an argument yourself, so you can ask someone to actually solve the issues for you. These are not debating tactics, these are bullying tactics, and you're not a debater, you're just a pussy with self-esteem issues. Dichotomies, self-accusations, projections, and ad hominems. How many more of these tactics are you gonna use on us? I swear, you use that time in formulating a concise argument, you might have actually been able to win an argument for once. And now, how many times do I gotta tell you that calling me a slur does not mean you have won the argument? These are some of the issues that you find while engaging in internet discourse, and I sure don't love all of this internet discourse.